I hardly do agree with Kenneth Okonkwo, especially more recently. But then there are points in what he said after having disengaged from Atiku. I thought that Atiku paid heavily. I don't know whether the money has been exhausted, just like a credit card. Have you used it up and it has come to a point you have to quit? Meanwhile, zooming everything out, the whole Okonkwo, Atiku, ADC, Udenwa mess, um, this is actually a preview of 2027. Let me break it down. This is like a reaction. First, it is about 2027 zoning, not 2023 loyalty. Forget he ran away from Atiku. That's what people call tabloid framing. What Okonkwo actually did was fire the first public shot of the 2027 zoning war by saying unpardonable injustice. If Southeast gets neither president nor VP, that is vice president, since 1999, he drew a red line in the sand. Why now? Because coalition talks are happening behind closed doors. He's making sure Southeast exclusion can't happen quietly. He took the fight to X, Twitter, so the public becomes the pressure. That's smart politics. 2, he's using history as a weapon. Notice the 2 receipts he dropped. 1, since 1999, factually true, no Southeast president or VP in 25 years of democracy. That stat is a grenade in Nigerian politics. 2, ADC was founded by a Southeast indigene in 2005. That's Chief Raf Nwosu. So Okonkwo is basically saying, even the party an Igbo man built is sidelining Igbos. That stings and it's meant to. He's not just leaving Atiku. He's framing Atiku. He's also framing ADC as anti-equity before campaigns even start. Now the third one, the 5 billion naira Udenwa's lawsuit is not separate. Achike Udenwa, ex-Imo governor, suing him for 5 billion naira the day before. In politics, there are no coincidences. 2 possibilities. 1, silencing tactics. Some Southeast elites don't want Okonkwo becoming the voice of Igbo marginalization because it threatens their own negotiations with Atiku/Tinubu. 2, proof of tension. Even within the Southeast, the PDP, the APC circles, there's no unified 2027 strategy. If they were united, they would protect him, not sue him. So either way, Okonkwo is now fighting on 2 fronts, legal plus political. That usually means he touched a nerve. Number 4, Atiku is in a trap, Okonkwo said. Atiku's 2027 math is brutal. Pick a Southeast VP. He angers North Central and Northwest power blocks who wants the slot. Plus Tinubu will call him desperate. Pick a non-Southeast VP. He loses public voices like Okonkwo. Plus risk Southeast apathy. Like 2023, LP/Obi already owns that region. Okonkwo just made Atiku plus a non-Southeast VP a toxic headline before Atiku even declared. That's the agenda settling. Now, ADC registration is the backdrop that makes this letter. INEC delegislating ADC means the party is dying. So Okonkwo isn't abandoning a strong party. He's jumping off a sinking ship and blaming the captain for bad navigation. He gets to look principled instead of opportunistic. If ADC survives, he can say, I want them. If ADC dies, he can say, I left first. Win-win position. What this means for 2027. 1. Coalitions are dead without zoning clarity. Obi, Kwankwaso, Adebayo are all watching this. If Atiku can't solve Southeast representation, why would they join him? 2. Southeast voters get leverage. Okonkwo just told every candidate, you don't get our silence for free anymore. Expect more Southeast leaders to make similar demands publicly. 3. LP versus Atiku battle resumes. Okonkwo went from Obi 2023, Atiku 2024, and Atiku 2026. That means obedience can now reclaim him as he came back to his senses. Atiku camp will call him unstable. Meanwhile, it is not LP that benefits this time. But I don't see Okonkwo joining NDC where Obi is. Okonkwo will look elsewhere. Here's the bottom line. This isn't gossip. This is the opening argument in the 2027 court case of who gets the VP slots. Okonkwo appointed himself lead counsel for Southeast. And with a 5 billion naira lawsuit hanging over him, he's basically saying, I would rather be sued than silent. That's why this story will run for weeks. It has legal drama, ethnic politics, 2027 maths, and celebrity personality all in one. The real question, who told Udenwa to file that lawsuit? And who told Okonkwo to tweet when he did? Because both moves feel coordinated. What part of this do you think is the most explosive? The zoning angle or the 5 billion naira lawsuit? Put your comment down on the comment section respectfully. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.